My oldest son right there. Go ahead. I'm talking to you. It's my oldest son right there. He said to me, you adjust that mower a little lower, so I think we should cut that grass lower. I said, okay. So I did that, and he decided, I didn't have it planned for today, but he decided he's going to mow between all of these beds. And he's doing an outstanding job. Before that, he told me, he said, you know, I don't think we need to grow them peas right down there on the other end and make these arches on the other end down there because of the way that sun rises, which it rises over there past my sister's porch back here in them woods, and it tracks this way, and then it goes down behind my mom and dad's house and behind my house on the other side. And him thinking about that, he said, nah, don't you think that's going to be too much shade once some peas start growing up over them arches? Shade them strawberries too much, might kill them out. I said, well, that's a good point, so we're not going to do that. And he done these things after. Good job, my boy. Hang on. He done these things after. Go ahead. He done those things after we cultivated and we watered and we planted and we transplanted. We've been after it. It's almost 6 o'clock. We've been after it since 10 this morning. Took a break, cooked some fish, got some lettuce out of the garden there, made a garden salad. But he said these things and done these things after I've worked him all day. And what that tells me is that he got to eat some of his own lettuce today, but what that tells me is he's seeing what his labor is producing, and he's taking pride in it, and he wants to see it do well and do good, and he wants it to look good. And that made me real proud right there. Made me real proud. So he's catching on. He's basically took ownership of this garden. Like this is mine, is the way he's looking at it. That's the way he's taking care of it. And I'm real proud of him today. And but anyway, what we did today, I'm gonna show you a few things. It took us, my son this morning, he watered this complete bed right here while I was doing other chores out here. So we got that done. Watered bed number 2. And we cultivated this bed after we thinned the corn. I know that I said that I was going to take it out, but we're going to leave it. And I think my dad really wanted to keep it, so I felt compelled to do so. So we're going to keep it. And so we thinned it out today. And any spots that were lacking corn in these 3 beds, the ones we thinned out, we tried to transplant them. Whether it takes or not, I don't know. But then we cultivated this whole bed and planted some cucumbers in it in a couple spots. But for me and my son, the grass you see on there now will be dead soon. It's just kind of laying there on top. But for me and my son, 2 men, it took us 16 minutes. So I'll just round it up. I'd say that you can cultivate a bed with your little cultivators by hand. 2 men can do it in 20 minutes, no problem, all done. So that's not too bad. Tomorrow we'll cultivate the next one, and we'll water this one. We'll cultivate this one today, and we'll water it tomorrow after it settles down a little bit. All right. planted some sunflowers down there. Didn't get to plant the okra today, but I've still got a couple days on the almanac to do that. We're gonna make another bed, and but the way I'm gonna do it is like I made these with the tractor, and then this winter, Dad's talking about getting some more blocks and making another raised bed, and we can just make the raised bed off of that, off of what I tilled up today. I'm gonna till that up so that we can plant okra right there. We're gonna plant some okra right there and some other things maybe. But what we've done here is you just take a stake and you drive it past your block. That way it's getting against your block here. And then you go down there, and I went down there too far, where I knew it was too far, well enough away. And my son watched it here, and when he saw this string barely touch, he had me come back off of it so I could fine tune it and then come back on it to make sure I wasn't in too much or out too much. Just barely touching it, you can see that. And when he said, that's where I want it, I hammered it down. I done the same thing on the other side down there where you see that wooden stake. The reason we done that is because on both ends now, these beds are square together, meaning they're all at the same angle in contrast with each other. You don't have one pointed this way, one going straight, one pointed this way, and another one pointed that way a little bit when you stand off and look at them. When you stand off and look at them, they all look fairly straight with each other, as good as I can get it. So we done that, and then we measured off of it 5 feet. We didn't do 7 like we did the rest of them because we're running out of room. I needed tractor room to be able to drive the tractor in and dump dirt once this raised bed happens. So we came off 5 feet, made sure we was touching the line, hammered it, hammered another one down there. Here's the string, it's kind of discolored, I don't know if you can see that. But what I'll do to make it so you can see that this gap here is nice and straight. You getting that? Mm-hmm. Sitting right here, so you can see it good. You see that this space in here is nice and even, and this string is square. So now what I'm going to do is I'll take this out, and I'll take the other one out on the other end, and I'll just have this one. And what I'll do is I'll take the front tire of that Kubota, and I'll just barely graze the side of this string, and I'll make a nice slow pass with the front tire grazing the side of this string, and the rototiller will be tilling behind me. And I'll back up, and I'll do that several times, and I'll have this tilled in for okra, and to plant other stuff, and a future raised bed. But that's how you can lay out your bed so that it'll be straight with everything. So I should have a fairly straight row. We did the same thing on these down here. I just come off of these beds with a string all the way down, and then I had my strings going down, put my front tire against, and you know they're spaced out. They're pretty much straight. You can see through there that they're pretty much symmetrical with each other. So we're gonna make another one. We're gonna have 6, and I don't like that. Just don't like that number. So we're gonna have number 7 going somewhere. I put it down there going this way, going the length of these beds, or we might have it going this way, because we're out of room going that way, and we're out of room going that way on account of them apple trees, and I want to plant some more fruit trees. So we're going to have a bed, a number 7 sometime, probably this winter. Work on that, have a number 7 coming through here. I want to brag about something else, since I'm already done it. My son told me, he said, because he knew I was releasing him after this video that he was going on. He said, when I go back, he said, I'm going to put that hammer back up in the toolbox, and do you want me to fill you up a canteen of water for when you tilling? And I say Roger that, boy. You're I'm real proud of you, son. Love you a lot. I'm gonna show y'all one more thing. I've had this before and I lost it in my divorce. But some time ago, a long time ago, my brother-in-law and sister bought me a Jackson wheelbarrow when I first started gardening over at the home place I used to have. They bought me a Jackson wheelbarrow just like this one, and that thing lasted and lasted and lasted. So I went to go buy a poly wheelbarrow, one of them plastic jobs, and I saw they had a Jackson, and I couldn't pass it up. It was $100, but I think it was worth it. The handles are real good. All the years I had that wheelbarrow, it was outside. I didn't keep it put up like I'm keeping this one. The handles still work good. The last time I had a hold of it, which was about 2.5 years ago. But it's just a real solid, everything's metal, the handles are real good. What I'm telling you is it's worth $100. And you can see here that a lot of money's been spent here. But what I want you to realize is that most of that money, as far as seeds and plants go, you're probably looking at $60 or $70, maybe less. That's it. All the rest of this, the blocks, the panels, the fence post, the Scott's reel mower so you ain't got to weed yourself to death all the time, the water hose, the shower deal, the wheelbarrow, those are all investments. You're not going to lose those. You're going to have those year after year after year after year. That's a one-time thing, so don't think that gardening is going to cost you a fortune every year, because it's not. Once you get established and you get all your stuff, then you're set and you can sustain yourself and your family and your neighbors for generations. My kids will do it, their kids will do it. You can do it for generations. So don't stop doing it. Don't be discouraged. Work with what you got. If you can't buy stuff, then you just can't buy it. You got to do it a different way. You got to find a different way, and that's no big deal. But anyway, that's our progress today. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Comment. All right, we'll see you later.